Warning, 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 you are not real radio.
What the fuck you mean I'm not real radio?
Warning, 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 you are just an online wannabe.
No, you're the wannabe because you're just about dead.
Warning, 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 real radio is played in a car.
So what? We're worldwide and you can be heard around the area.
Warning, 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 I will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's what happens when you came in the Stone Age.
We are...
Two Loco Radio. Yes, on Strip Club Choppers Radio.
The fuck? The people need to sit back, relax, and have a cold one.
Yeah, they do, but don't do it because he says so.
Who the fuck are you to say that?
Because I said so.
You act like you're the famous Chrissy D and shit.
I sure am.
And I'm just a fucking asshole named Ray Ray.
You are that asshole named Ray Ray.
Now, fuck you too.
Fuck you.
All right, well, let's just start the show. Enjoy. Welcome to Two Loco, a Strip Club Choppers radio presentation. This is Ray Ray.
And this is Chrissy D.
And for those that have been following us for the longest time, our fucking call-in system has sucked royally.
Yes, it has.
We have found a fix. So if you want to be on the show right now, if you're listening to Spreaker right fucking now, or, you know, in the future, just save the fucking number, give us a call any fucking time. We'll, you know, share your story. Or you can, you know, talk online or talk live and shit. It'd be awesome. The number to dial, the toll-free number is 1-855-403-9071. The alternate, our local number, is 865-643-8832. Not to be confused with our administrative line, which I'm going to leave in the actual, where we play and shit.
Exactly.
You know, but that's if you have a band, you want to get known, or, you know, a model, or you just want to share a fucking story, but you don't want to do it on the air. Hey, just leave us a fucking voicemail. I think if you hit one or pound, or you hit one, just hit a bunch of fucking buttons and you'll stop the talking. Period.
Exactly. I think my husband's mic doesn't want to stay still, though. Kind of keeps going back and forth. That's what I'm laughing at.
Back and forth, left and right, fuck it.
I just don't want to get hit in the mouth with it. That's why I keep trying to stop it.
It don't fucking matter. Life is life, you know?
Very true.
But on to today's show, you know, first thing I want to say is that we had a very fucking interesting day.
Oh, yeah, we really did.
You know, and it's fucking, you know what, I'm just going to pick the motherfucker up because it keeps on fucking flying all over.
I know, it doesn't want to stay still tonight. I don't know what its problem is.
But, you know, here's the fucked up thing. People have been, you know, listening to what we've been saying and shit. We've had to fork out, you know, money on a fucking AC heating fucking system, you know, a new motor and shit.
Yeah.
Along with other bills and shit, and just, things just seemed down.
Yeah, it did. It did for a while there. It was getting a little aggravating.
But, you know, in life, you never know what's going to happen. Just like we said on yesterday's show, you can, you know, be down one day and up the next.
It's very true.
You know, and then you have the fucking, you know, you have a call-in system now, so that helps out tremendously. We, you know, took our little boy, well, our tiny boy,
yeah,
you know, to the vet today.
And he got so much attention. Every female in the vet office wanted to pet him.
Yeah, I started calling him Jackson J. Mac Daddy Bunny.
And he is a Mac Daddy. Let me tell you, that bunny rabbit, boy, the minute he goes into a room, everybody wants to pet him. Because he's just the sweetest, most kindest bunny you'll ever meet. He doesn't nip or scratch to be mean. If you're not holding him the right way, yeah, then he might scratch you till he gets comfortable, and then he's fine. But he's not a mean bunny. He's just a great bunny. Everybody just fell in love with him. The vet, the nurses in the office, and the ladies in the front office, where you check in. So they were very nice to him.
Exactly. He was just a talk of the vet. I mean, seriously.
He really was.
They're like, he's so cute.
Can I pet him? I'm like, sure.
But, I mean, just in general, I'm not going to say our luck's been turning up, but, I mean, we, switched, providers and shit, and we're running a little late today because we were testing out how to get the two systems to work together, and as you can see, they are working together.
Thankfully, yes.
Well, they can't tell because I was talking to people before, and they stated that it works together. If you don't believe it works together, hey, call in.
Exactly, and you can hear how good it works.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice and fucking crystal clear and shit, and that's the main thing,
It sure is.
I mean, there may be a slight delay, but, you can't get everything perfect. Fuck it.
No, you can't. But, as long as we can get our calls, we'll be happy.
That's what it's about, It's about fucking...
That is what it's about. It's exactly what it's about.
It's about, the entertainment and fucking just everybody coming together and sharing stories and shit, and you're yawning on a fucking mic. What the fuck?
Fuck you. You know what? If I want to motherfucking yawn, I'm going to yawn.
Once again, we have very shortly, I'm not sure what day, but we very shortly do have a brand new intro coming. It's very funny, very entertaining, and the music is done by the great, phenomenal Jack Nichols, period.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited to hear it because I know it's going to be wonderful because he is definitely just a wonderful artist. And, I know he does some wonderful stuff, so I'm looking forward to it.
Exactly. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to get the mailing system right. And once we do that, we're going to be giving away, with the artist's permission and everything, maybe we get some autographed CDs or some cool people.
Or some, whatever they decide they want to, give or they're willing to give,
Maybe we'll do some car giveaways. Maybe we'll sign our name on fucking cardboard or some shit.
They'll look at our handwriting going, what the hell is that?
Hey, whatever keeps people entertained, because that's what it's about. It's about,
Exactly.
Having a fucking party atmosphere and fucking, just being able to kick ass,
Exactly. Well, we went to another place and we were paying a bill. And I had to sign my name. And the way I signed my name, the guy looked at it like, what the heck does that say? He couldn't read my handwriting. It was funny.
That ain't shit. I mean, yeah, well, that is. But the other day, the mailman came.
Oh, yeah.
And he had me sign, it was like, all right, sign your name. So me being the smart ass I am, I decided to sign my name, like, really, really small and really, really sloppy. And then I slammed the door.
You slammed it right in his face.
Yeah. Because he was asking questions. He's wondering, he's like, what is this? And I'm like, it's my signature. You got a problem with it?
We're like, hello, we signed for what we're supposed to. No, get the fuck off our porch.
Yeah, exactly.
Go do your damn job.
Like he thought I was a fucking drug dealer or some stupid shit.
Yeah, really.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, the most we get in the mail is like music equipment and stuff. Oh yeah, we're drug dealers. We're dealing music equipment. What do you think of that? Stupid. Wow. I know, really. That's what I'm saying.
But people are like, okay, are you actually going to get to the show, or are you just going to talk about what the fuck
crazy
is going
stuff
on today? we really don't have that many stories tonight.
Come on,
yeah.
I usually have 1,000,001. What happened? All your stories.
I have a right to be tired from time to time.
What about a pop story? We got any stories about our pops?
I have a ton of stories about Pops.
Talk about our pops. I love him so much. My father-in-law and my mother-in-law are the two most wonderful people in the whole wide world. I love them to death.
All right, before you bore fucking people in shit, let me explain
do?
about my Pops.
No, my pops.
What the
Our
fuck
pops.
ever?
Well, our pops.
She knows what she knows about Pops.
I don't know him back when he was young. No,
of Pops. She knows the sober or somewhat sober version of Pops.
my pops.
What I know is this man, and I know everybody has somebody in their life that's like this, or most people. Well, most poor people anyway. He used to work for the city, as a trash man. And he was also a private contractor and fucking did landscaping and asphalt and, mainly tree removal. Would cut down trees and shit. But on the side, he'd like to, pick up what people throw away. And I'm not talking about a bologna sandwich, don't even go there.
No, we're talking like old couches, TVs. People throw stuff away, and sometimes it still works. It's just that they got something new, and they just don't want it anymore.
Not around here. More
it.
common up north.
Yeah, that was a more north thing.
But here's the deal, okay? He was one of them kind of people that would never fucking stand still. Never. A lot of people say that I remind them of a young version of him. I'm not as violent. Let me explain this. If you were to cut my Pops off when he was younger, I swear to God, I'm sorry, Lord, but I swear that he would chase you down in his van with his bat, get out of the fucking vehicle, and beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's our pops.
Or at least threaten to beat the fuck out of you. One or two.
This man is in his 60s, okay? And he's still as strong as an ox. He gives me hugs, and I'm like, Pops, you're killing me. Come on.
Well,
he chokes you so hard, and he's so darn strong for his age.
Well, you got to remember where he came from. His father, you didn't know. His father was like 6'9", fucking 400 pounds of solid fucking muscle. Big old Russian.
He was a big old Russian guy. I know. Mom told me.
He was not one to fuck with. I met him once, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, I'm sure I would say the same thing. I don't blame you.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I'm like, I was a smartass, and I'm like, if I get on the wrong side of this man, I can't. A lead pipe ain't gonna do shit to this man.
No, it's just gonna break in half, probably.
You go to swing at him, at the kneecaps with the baseball bat. I don't recommend that to anybody.
No, I think he would grab the. I don't even know the man, but I bet you he'd probably grab the baseball bat and he'd just probably snap it in half.
He wouldn't even feel it. He would not even feel it.
No, I bet you he'd probably grab it before you even could probably hit him with it, and probably snap the thing in half.
Yeah, no problem.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No problem. He was a big Russian dude.
Just by the stories you, Mom, and Dad have told me.
But here's the deal. My Pops, I love him to death, but he used to drive me fucking nuts. I could not watch a fucking movie at all. Now he plays video games, thank God. But when he was younger, he drove me fucking nuts because he'd always want to, hey Ray, let's go out trash hunting. And I'd be like in front of my I was a teenager. I didn't want to be seen around, picking up trash and shit, And fucking I'd put my hat down and shit and be like, okay, yeah, wonderful. I hope no one sees me. But what made me happy about it, now that I think about it, he was proud.
Yep.
Or, he's still alive, thank God. But, I mean, he was proud of what he accomplished. He was proud of, the little he fucking had,
Yep,
he made the fucking most of it.
He does. I mean, my father-in-law, you could give him the littlest of things, and that will mean the whole wide world to him.
But he would drive my aunt crazy, and when I mean crazy, I mean batty, because he'd be drunk one night, grab this couch, it happened to have flowers on it. He wouldn't realize it. He'd throw out the other couch. And by throw out, I mean pick up the fucking couch, we'd move it to the edge, and then throw it off the balcony. Throw out.
And this is on a third-floor apartment, so...
Yeah.
My father-in-law's pretty crazy.
Exactly. Throw it out like it's fucking nothing and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'd be carrying this fucking heavy fucking couch, or... We carried up a fucking grand piano one day.
Why doesn't
fucking
that
grand
surprise me?
piano.
That
There were
doesn't
6 of
surprise me.
us, but we carried it up 3 fucking flights of fucking stairs.
I don't know how you guys did it, but it doesn't surprise me.
Hey, I don't know that time when we were carrying up that couch, how it didn't land on the fucking landlord's roof.
Oh, yeah. When a few years ago, we were over my mother-in-law, father-in-law's, and my Uncle George comes home, and he says, "Hey, Pops, I found this great couch. Come on. This guy's giving it away for free." So me, my Uncle George, my Pops, and I think Ray Ray went with us. We went up the street with Uncle George's carriage.
Yeah, and
regular...
we had Al and some other people as well.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Anyways, we took the shopping cart up the street. We might have actually. I don't even remember. But anyways, we took the shopping cart up the street, and we loaded this couch onto the shopping cart, which Uncle George's shopping cart was just a regular shopping cart from a store that didn't exist anymore. I had one less wheel. So instead of having 4 wheels, I had 3.
Yeah.
And we're trying to push a 3-wheeled carriage home with this couch. It was the most hysterical thing in the whole wide world. But I wouldn't trade that day for anything, because it was a nice day with my Pops and my honey and my Uncle George, you know?
And when I tell
and
you,
our Al.
we almost dropped that fucking couch, I'm not kidding you. It weighed a
Yeah.
fucking ton.
And we didn't have Al. We had Danny with us. I remember exactly who was there.
What the fuck does it matter? A bunch of people.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, we all went and got this couch and brought it home.
And what was hard was the way the stairs are, it's like they're fucking windy stairs. So you have to, like, maneuver it all different fucking ways while carrying this fucking heavy fucking couch.
Just to get it up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah, exactly. It's
and my
no
father-in-law
joke.
will not give up.
No.
He will get that damn couch up there no matter what he has to do.
But when he was younger, what you don't understand and what people, you know.
No, I wasn't around then.
He had the energy, like, unfucking believable. You think Nick has fucking energy? Oh, my God. You have no idea. He did not stop. You could not watch a movie. He would not sit down and watch a movie. But anyway, back to the couch. He got this flower fucking couch. He brings it upstairs, and I'm telling him the whole time, I'm like, Pops, you know damn well you're not going to keep this couch. Well, who the fuck are you to tell me what I'm going to keep and what I'm not? And I'm like, all right, Pops, no problem.
Yeah, and Ray Ray knows him probably better than anybody except for my mother-in-law.
So we put down the couch. He wakes up in the morning. I'm like, oh, shit, here we go again. He wakes up in the morning. He's like, who the fuck put this flower couch in this living room? It's all girly. I said, okay, let me guess, Pops. You want to throw the couch away now? He's like, yeah, I'm going to throw it away. Who the fuck put it up here? I said, you did. And then I stopped. Because if I said anything more when he was younger, he would have literally threw me through a fucking wall. I called him an asshole one day.
Wait, now are we telling the couch story from when he was younger or recently?
No, when he was younger.
Oh, okay.
I called him an asshole one day. Biggest mistake I could ever make.
Yeah, don't ever piss my father-in-law off.
He grabbed me by my neck and threw me into the fucking wall and said, motherfucker, you ever call me an asshole, you'll be dead. Do you know what dead means? And he wasn't kidding.
No. My father-in-law has that Russian temper. But, To know him is to love him. I mean, that's just all I can say about him. When I first met, when my husband and I first got together, I went over my in-laws for the first. Well, I had already met my mother-in-law through another friend of mine over her house. And I absolutely loved my mother-in-law. I thought she was a sweetheart. I always said, boy, I wish that woman could be my mother-in-law. She's a cool lady. And so, of course, eventually through my nephew, I met Ray, and we started dating. And he took me over to meet Mom and Pops, or Pops, actually. I walked in the door. I looked at Pops. Felt a little intimidated because I didn't know him. And pretended like I was going to walk out the door. I says, I'm going to crack the ice real good. So I walked out. Pretend I was like, oh, okay, I'll see you later. Pretend I was walking out. And I walked up to him and said, oh, you must be Pops. And gave him a great big hug. And he's been my Pops ever since.
Yeah, but here's the deal. He, not only was he, this crazy Russian, okay, who just did not like anybody. I don't care if he's your family, you're not family, regardless of your color, your age, your nationality, your gender, he just doesn't like people.
No, he doesn't like just anybody. He only likes certain people. That's just where my father-in-law is.
Yeah, he don't trust anybody else at all. And there's a reason for it. One of his best friends ran him over, or tried to run him over, with their car. I'm not kidding you. This was years and years ago. Mm-hmm. As Christy D's over here ready to fight. She's like Scrappy-Doo. Let me at him. I'm like,
who is it? I'll kill him. That's my father-in-law. Nobody messes with my Pops.
But, I mean...
No, it's something that happened years ago.
He not only was a crazy Russian, he also had hepatitis C.
Yes, he did.
So what that basically does is that makes you really fucking loony when you drink. And when I mean you really loony, you fucking black out sometimes. And like I said, so anyway, going back to the couch. Okay, we throw that fucking couch out. And he's pissed that the other couch is already destroyed. That he threw out. That we threw over the balcony the night before. Mm-hmm. And, okay, so now we have no couch. So here's my aunt over here. She's yelling at him. What the fuck are you doing? Well, not saying the F word. She doesn't use the F-bomb. She's a Christian lady.
No, you'll never hear my mother-in-law say the F word.
But she's like, what are you doing? You just put in that couch last night. What is wrong with you? Now we have no couch. So Pops would be like, and this was when he was driving. He'd be like, okay, we got to go find a couch. So we'd spend all day looking for a couch. He'd find a couch. He always found what he was looking for. I don't know how, but he always found it.
I never knew how. Never in all these years I've known him.
But he would get the couch. We'd bring it up, and then I'd go to watch a movie, and then he'd want me to go fucking bring in a fucking TV or a radio or whatever. But I'll tell you one thing about Pops. If he was young today and shit were to hit the fan and the country were to go to shreds, God forbid, he'd know how to survive.
He would. I think even now, today, in his 60s, I think he'd still know how to survive because he's older and he's wiser.
But what I'm saying is if you needed someone who knew how to fix shit, he knew... He can fix telephones. He could fix VCRs.
I've seen him fix VCRs.
He can fix TVs.
Oh my God, I've seen him fix.
He can fix computers. He can fix audio equipment. I mean, you name it, the motherfucker can fix it. And went to school for none of it.
Nope. One time, something broke in our house. I don't even remember what it was. My father-in-law says, okay, bring it over and I'll see if I can fix it. I don't even remember what it was, but he ended up fixing it. My father-in-law is unbelievable.
Not only that, he had all these kind of fucking tools, like major like fucking tools. Mm-hmm. And what I mean like tools, I mean like carpenter fucking tools, like the fucking machines and shit.
Yeah.
He would build my aunt fucking a cabinet from fucking just wood. From fucking scratch. No problem.
He's just awesome like that, I'm telling you.
You see him make the ring for,
Yeah,
a boy.
he made our son this wrestling ring, and it was the most unbelievable, awesome wrestling ring.
Yeah, and he spent a lot of time on it, and he's older now. So, I mean, shit isn't like when he was younger. When he was younger, he probably could have made it in like 30 minutes. He can't do that no more.
No. But he still tried, and it still meant the world to us because he made it. And we love him to death.
But, he was so fucking talented. He could have fucking... what do you fucking call them things? Like the auctions with the fucking... Where they build, like cabinets and shit and paint them and everything.
Yeah.
He knew how to do all of that.
Yeah.
He knew how to paint. He knew how to sand. He knew how to... It's like somewhere along the line he learned how to do fucking everything.
I have a feeling that him and my mother's ex-boyfriend could probably sit there, and if they were to both enter in a contest and make, let's say, a cabinet, they'd probably come pretty close hand in hand. Because he's that good, Pops.
Yeah,
And my mother's ex-boyfriend's been doing it for years and years and years. He's always been doing it. That's just what he's good at.
Yeah, but Pops could build the fucking cabinet, put in a CD player.
I believe it.
Fix a fucking TV.
I believe it.
Get a DVR working.
I believe
And
it.
5 other fucking things in the same fucking day.
That wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
And that was what's crazy about it. He was just like the jack of fucking all trades.
Yes, he was.
He like once again he's still alive. But what I'm saying is we're taking a stroll down memory lane as we speak.
Right, we're saying was because he no longer does a lot of this stuff because he is older and he has a lot of health issues, so he's not able to do what he used to do.
Exactly, and I'm just not in the mood to play those songs tonight, so we're just going to do a full show.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, and I felt like dedicating the show to my mother-in-law and father-in-law because I love them so much.
Hell to the fucking A. Oh, I was supposed to say cuffing A, but I'm trying to keep it clean. Fuck that. But yeah, Pop's fucking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I've never seen somebody do so much in one fucking day. It's like he wasted none of it. And the funny part is he wasted none of it while getting drunk.
Yeah, he's absolutely, just unbelievable. He just surprises me when he does shit and I see it and I'm like, wow, really, Pops? You built that? He's like, yeah. I'm like, holy cow. He took 3 different sections. Built my mother-in-law this most unbelievable. What was it? It was in the living room. Remember? It was like a stand for their TV. They have one of those big, huge TVs.
Oh yeah, entertainment
center.
They
built the entertainment center around it. This thing's unbelievable.
Yup, from scratch, and that's
that is how unbelievable he is. He just built stuff, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, it's like, he didn't even go to school for this. It's like, where the fuck did you learn this?
I know, really.
And the funny part is I don't remember jack shit. So you would think that in all this time I would have, paid attention. But not my ass.
Of course not. Some people aren't into that. That's not their thing. You think I would have paid attention when my mother's ex-boyfriend used to show me stuff? I don't remember.
But the point I was trying to make is as much as I loved him, he was a pain in the fucking ass.
You leave my Pops alone.
He was a pain in the ass.
And my mother-in-law is the sweetest.
I wouldn't ever want anything to happen to him, but he was a pain in the ass when he was younger.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to play a video game for, like, getting into it, just getting to a world that you're supposed to be at, and then all of a fucking...
You've never been there yet.
And then all of a sudden... Okay, we're leaving now. What do you mean, Pop? I'm doing something. You're doing something, huh? Take the fucking cord right out. He's like, well, I guess you ain't doing shit now, are you?
Or he'll come over and turn the thing off. It wouldn't surprise me. And I didn't even know him back then, but I just knowing how he is, yeah, I could see him doing that.
No, he'd literally...
He's a smart ass, my father-in-law. He's definitely a smart ass.
He literally...
That's where my husband gets it from.
Ripped the fucking cable out of the wall knowing that he could fix it in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. That doesn't surprise me.
Or he'd do it intentionally just to have something to fix.
Probably.
He wasn't bored, and you were not going to catch him on, like, fucking the internet.
No, he's not an internet person. And then my mother...
He's not a sports person either.
No. And then my mother-in-law, like I was saying before I was cut off, she is the sweetest, most kindest woman. She always wants to help everybody. She's just the kindest woman. Love her to death. Really do. Love her. She's the nicest person, and, you know, she just always wants to help people and, you know, do whatever she can for people. And I just think she's just a great person. And she's very Christian-oriented, and, you know, she's definitely somebody I'm very proud of. She's somebody I look up to.
You know why? You know what separates her from most, like, and I'm not, no disrespect to anybody. I'm going to say this now because before I have all these Christian nuts on my ass. You know, yelling this and yelling that. What separates her from most Christian people that I've known is that she does things from the fucking heart.
Exactly. And she doesn't push Christianity down your throat. She doesn't make you read the Bible. She doesn't preach to you like...
Well, no. She will say, you know, preach, go to church.
Yes, but I'm saying where she doesn't, like, she's not throwing verses at you all the time and pushing the Bible down your throat. She will get you to read the Bible, but she has her own way of doing it. She makes you want to do it because, you know, I mean, that's the way she is.
Yeah, exactly. She would allow anybody, I don't know about now, but when they were younger, anybody could come stay with them.
Yep.
Anybody. Somebody from the street need a home? All right, no problem. Come on. Never judged, never, you know, downplayed. And
nothing.
You know, for some reason, people didn't, well, probably because Pops would have killed them.
Yeah.
But they didn't, you know, steal from them or anything of that sort.
Right.
And they got lucky, or they just, you know, felt respect. Like, hey, nobody gives a fuck now. These people give a fuck.
Yep,
but then again, that was the older days when people had fucking respect. Nowadays, these fucking kids wouldn't give two shits.
Exactly. I mean, they wouldn't think twice about giving somebody a meal either. Somebody's hungry and they come to the door, knocking at the door. And you know what? I've seen, you know, where somebody had come to the house and it was somebody they had known. And the person didn't have food or just was out doing whatever they had to do for the day or whatever. And came over to see my father-in-law. They'd always feed them. They're good people. I mean, you know.
Nobody left hungry. That's
never. You never left my mother-in-law's hungry.
But what you don't know about, you know, about my aunt, which I love her very. When she was younger, she would work for a soup kitchen, and there were times where the soup kitchen would just stay open all day. There were hungry people.
Exactly.
She would work from like 7 a.m. to like fucking 5, 6 o'clock at night, feeding these people.
Mm-hmm.
Never asked a dime, didn't get paid for it, and did it from the kindness of her heart.
You know what? There needs to be more people like that out there.
You know, she did it from the kindness of her heart. She didn't care where you came from. She didn't care if you're young, if you're old. She never judged people. That's what I always liked.
She didn't care if you were on drugs. She didn't care if you drank. She didn't care what you did. You know? I mean, she just never judged anybody.
I bet you didn't know she ran a prison ministry for many years.
I think she had mentioned it to me once.
She did. She ran a prison ministry for many years. Or she was part of it, big time. And she'd go to, like, you know, this was one of them women's places. And she'd go talk to these, you know, criminals or labeled criminals.
Yeah.
And
these people.
Yeah, exactly. And she never treated people, you know, badly or judged them and said, well, you're in here for here, so I'm scared. Never. Not once.
That's why she got their respect when she went in there.
You know, not once did she say, okay, well, you're in jail for murder or whatever, and I'm going to treat you like a fucking piece of shit. Not
exactly.
once.
She never looked at him and said, well, you're a scumbag because you did such and such. No, my mother-in-law's not like that. She's just not.
And she was writing to, she had letters and letters and letters and letters and letters to people she didn't fucking know. But she didn't care because to her, it was the fucking hope that they had somebody that gave a fuck about them.
Exactly. And that's the way it should be. More people need to do that kind of stuff.
So when people come back and, you know, look at our backstory and wonder, well, why the fuck do we do what we do? We're thousands in the hole now. I mean, all together. I mean, we're not thousands.
Go ahead.
I can tell people that. Of course I can, you know, I don't care. You know, what I mean by that is when you spend a lot of money on equipment and you spend money on this and you spend money on that and you don't get anything in return.
Very true.
You know, that's what I mean. You're thousands in a hole. That doesn't mean I'm, you know, sitting on a street corner or saying, okay, would you, you know, come on, donate and shit. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, I know. Go ahead, tell your story. Tell what you're saying.
You know, I just love when she gives me them looks. It's just crazy. And she's like, that fucking asshole. I don't know what to say. I've never known somebody in my life like that who just doesn't give a shit.
Asshole? Shut up. Will you?
But that's why we do what we do, because the backstories that we have, the people that we've grown up. I believe if you only become a product of your environment if you allow yourself to be a product of that environment.
Exactly.
Just because you come in shitty neighborhoods or whatever doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be all fucking cracked up or whatever.
Exactly. I mean, you know, I grew up in a family that was like every other family in the world. I have a lot of alcoholism in my family, and that's, I think, why today I choose not to drink, really. I'm not talking about drink occasionally here and there. I'm talking about down and outright drinking like every night of the week. I think that's why I don't do it.
I think I don't do some things because I watch people.
That's what I'm saying. I watched my uncle get drunk every night and act stupid, and you know what I'm saying? And, you know, my own mother, I've watched her get drunk and do stupid things and say mean things, and looked at her and like, really? You know? I mean, so that's why I choose not to do what I do, what they do, you know? I choose not to drink. I choose not to, you know, I choose to be a little smarter with my life. That's why I chose not to sit out in the sun when I was young. My mother would always say to me, well, why don't you ever sit in the sun? Because I knew better, even at a young age, not to sit out in the sun all the time. She ended up wrinkled because of doing it, and you know what? I never did. And I'm not wrinkled for my age.
Believe it or not, on my end, believe it or not, a lot of my friends were drug dealers when I was younger.
Well, you were younger, you know.
No. You know, if I seen them today, I would have no disrespect towards what they do.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you know, no big deal. It was something you did when you were younger, you know, nothing big deal about it.
But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, I've had friends that were dealers. I've had friends that were in gangs. I've had friends that, you know, weren't on the side of the tracks that people, you know, that normal people are. But what the fuck is normal anymore?
There is no
in
normal.
this day and age, everybody's fucking dysfunctional. It's like what I respected from my aunt and my uncle and shit is the fact that they did what they did, or what they do, you know, to show some kind of normal, how it should be. How shit should be. But in this day and age, you've got families that just cannot stand each other. We do.
I think everybody's got somebody in their family that they just don't get along with. They don't hate the person, but they clash. They don't get along.
But what I was told, according to, spoon-fed by media and everything else, based on the TV shows that I watched, and based on the movies that I seen and everything else, is that you're supposed to have family outings.
Mm-hmm.
Families
don't do that.
Try to get my family to go to outings. Watch them all fucking want to kill each other within an hour.
I think the only family outing we've ever had with the family, most of the family, was probably our baby cousin's birthday, and that was probably the only time that everybody got together and nobody wanted to kill each other. That was the first and I think only time ever.
But the point being is, in this day and age, everybody's in dysfunctional families.
Of course.
And if you need to find somebody to love because your family's just a piece of shit, or in your eyes, what they're doing, then don't look down on other people just because they come from different walks of life. I'm not saying go become best friends with a heroin, dealer and then start shooting up. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is don't look at what they fucking do as the be-all and end-all. Because a lot of them people that fucking are dealers or, say strippers or fucking convicts or fucking, in gangs or whatever of some sort are actually nice fucking people once you fucking meet them. There's many of them that will bend over backwards and do anything for you and not ask you for anything. That's the difference. The people that I knew never asked me to do drugs.
Exactly.
Never asked me to join a gang. Never asked me to do this or do that because they realized I am the person I fucking am and I'm just cool by myself and I don't need that. And if they did ask, I'd be like, no, thanks. But I still don't mind hanging out with you.
Exactly. Back when I was younger, I had a roommate. And my roommate was into drugs pretty bad. And she was still a nice person. She didn't, she wasn't mean to anybody or didn't harm anybody. But she was still a good person. And her mother, one time, I had just gotten home from work. I was deadbeat tired. And her mother begged me, please go out with her and go keep an eye on her. Make sure she doesn't get in any trouble. So, of course, after her doing this for a while, her mom being, sweet, I couldn't say no to her. So, of course, I ended up going. After she, had to ask me quite a few times. But, I've been to, crack houses and all different things. And, first time I went, oh, my God, I'm scared. After that, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. It didn't bother me. Because it's like, well, that's her life. That's what she chooses. To this day, she's still a nice person. I'll still talk to her and say hello to her.
All right, I guess we got to chat, even though we've got a call-in system. But at some point, this dude said he doesn't get along with his wife. She farts too much.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Well, it happens. Some people have bad flatulence. What are you going to do?
And what's funny is, going back to my pops.
There's actually things you can buy over the counter that you can probably give your wife for gas, like Gas X or something, and that might help that problem.
Yeah, but this is exactly, and it's really not that serious. But if it is in your case, I'm just going to take this as this is something serious. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if this person's with us or whatever. But if that's the case, just find other ways to work around it. Like there are over-the-counter medicines, and there are, things out there. You can't let the little things get to you. When you let every little fucking thing get to you, you're never gonna have any kind of fucking relationship.
Exactly. How are you gonna have a happy marriage if you're gonna hate each other? Why hate each other for something that small and that little? There's ways around it.
Exactly.
Some people can't help it,
and that's the thing. it's funny because it's just funny because how do I explain this without offending people? I understand that things drive people crazy. I understand that.
Of course.
Point. I understand that there's certain nuisances of people that fucking drive you up the wall, and you just want to say, "What the fuck?"
You know what? There's always a way around it. There's always a way to deal with it. Deal with it in a calm, nice way. I mean, getting mad or whatever, throwing a fit or whatever the case might be, it's not worth it, really.
I'm gonna tell you a story, and this was from my sponsor. And no, I'm not talking about here. Now we don't have any sponsors for our show.
Right.
We're not begging for any. If one wants to, sponsor a show, we're gonna welcome it as long as it's a good fit. But the whole thing about it is this: I had this sponsor named Steve, and it was like a AA group or some shit like that. Okay, and he was a drummer, or is a drummer. And he would meet all kinds of women, beautiful women. But the problem was, he was so. What he told me, he's like, Ray, I'm so like. I used to be so sick, and I said, what do you mean? You had like the flu or some shit? What the fuck do you mean sick? Though I'd be a lot nicer than that. Ask people like that. That's just rude.
Right. Go ahead.
But he'd be like, because I'd have these gorgeous women. There were nothing wrong with them. Nothing at all. But in my head, I always had to find better. I always had to find more. So I would literally nitpick and find the smallest detail or the smallest quirk to allow myself, through my self-consciousness, to be it's okay to break up with them or not be involved with them because this pissed me so far off that it's okay.
Right.
He said ultimately all that did was led him to heartbreak. He said ultimately all that did was have a void inside. He said the void inside is something that, is like a tattooed scar within. You can't, it doesn't matter where you travel. He was a drummer. What show you play, who you meet, it doesn't matter because it stays there.
Right.
And until you learn how to love yourself, and until you learn how to accept people for who they are and the little quirks that they have, the problem lies within self.
Exactly. Very good.
He said the problem lies in the fact of you'll never be fucking happy.
That's very good advice.
You'll never ever learn the true meaning of love if you can't love yourself. You'll never learn it. You'll never understand it. You'll never appreciate it. You'll never really feel what it feels like to be in love or the great emotions. All you're going to be doing is saying, okay, well, she farts too much.
Right.
Gotta go. And I wasn't, making fun of that,
No,
comment.
he knows. I'm sure he knows that.
We didn't even see the chat until later. If
Right.
we'd seen it earlier, we would have, put you on right away.
Right, exactly.
But, the whole thing is, okay, well, he wets the bed. Or she wets the bed.
Okay.
Or, she bites her nails too much.
Or he snores, or, he takes all the covers. Those are just little things.
Yeah, they're just petty things. You have to look beyond it. He basically said, well, you're never going to find happiness until you're happy with yourself.
Exactly.
And if you're searching for happiness in somebody else, He said, now, God's a totally different story.
Right.
But he said, as far as, like, love or what, you're never going to find it. Because you're always going to be looking for more. You're always going to be looking for the next big thing. And you always think that the problem is them. And then the reality of it is it's you. And I just figured I'd share that.
That's nice. No, that was very nice. Huh?
Thanks for sharing.
Will you stop, you idiot?
Well, I was taking a bow.
Oh, my God. He's an idiot. No.
No, seriously, though. He was right. He was 100% right.
He is 100% right, babe. I was just making fun of you laughing because you're clapping your hands like
you don't need to say that. We are on the air. I know what the fuck you were meaning. But the point being, it's just like when I said on the other show that, which I told my aunt, which I said, and she's like, you're absolutely right. And it actually probably brought a tear to her eye that I remembered that.
Mm-hmm.
That the only way to last in any relationship is let go what fucking happened the night before or that week before. Because if you hold grudges, it's never going to end. It's going to be a vicious circle. Trust, we were at it for a little while.
And you know what it was? It was basically a thing where, he would do something to get me mad. And I would nitpick about something that happened last week. Or last night, or, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago. And it was just a vicious circle, because then he'd say, well, you did this at this time, and you did that at that time, and it would just be a vicious circle back and forth, back and forth. It was just worthless, pointless.
Yeah, now that I think about it, it was really petty. It was childish.
It was childish.
It's childish on, yeah, exactly. Life's too fucking short. That's the fucking problem.
It really is.
Like we were talking about last night, life is too fucking short, and you never know when your time's going to be up.
You could be sitting here and drop dead for no reason.
Exactly. You never fucking know. Everybody's got a point or a path to follow.
Exactly.
A calling, and I believe this is ours.
I do, too.
So,
because you know what? Like I said, my cousin Rosemary actually.
I never heard her say this, but okay.
My cousin Rosemary passed away in her sleep.
I never knew that either.
Yeah, she had woken. I guess she had a headache that day, and she must have laid down on the couch, I guess, to try to get rid of the headache. She died in her sleep. So yeah, that's how quick life can end.
Yeah, you can snap your fingers, be like,
"Yep." She left behind
boss
3 wonderful girls, and a husband he's still a wonderful guy,
But the whole thing is, you just got to cherish the moments. You just got to deal with the fucking hand you're dealt. Even if your poker fucking hand or whatever is a fucking, I'm not even going to say a 2 because it's wild, or a deuce.
Mm-hmm.
Say you have a fucking 3, 7, 9, a jack, and an ace.
Uh-huh.
You ain't doing shit with any of them things. But if you play the hand that you're dealt and you bring back, the cards or the traits that you can work on. So you trade them in, like playing cards.
Exactly.
And then you get, new cards. You never know what that could be. You could have a fucking 3 of a kind.
Right.
You can't expect, as people, we can't expect to be
perfect, or for everybody to be perfect in their life and in their relationships and just in general.
Well, I understand that you joined in the conversation a second ago, but that wasn't the direction I was headed. What the fuck? I know,
but that was my direction.
But what I was trying to say... She's giving me funny faces. It's funny as shit. What I was trying to say is don't believe what you see on fucking TV, on the fucking movie screens. They're hiding behind fucking lines that they had to learn in fucking cue cards.
Exactly.
That shit is scripted. In real life,
nothing's scripted. See, I know what he's going to say before he says it.
Not even close.
Well, okay, then what
All
were
right.
you going to say?
In real life, you're not going to get to the winner's circle if you don't work hard.
Very true.
Unless you know somebody, and if you know somebody who's like a high up, then you get the fucking freeway. But if something were to happen to them, then you're fucked.
Exactly.
You know, but you have to work hard to get where you gotta be. And if the best you're fucking doing is the best that you can with the hand that you're fucking dealt, then that's good or fucking enough. I don't care what anybody says. That's good or fucking enough. Because you don't have the ammo to do otherwise. You can only do what you can do. You can't do more when you don't have the finances to do more, because if you do, you're digging yourself a hole, and then you're going to a rental company, bringing the shit home, and then find out, well, I can't afford to fucking pay the rental company, so here I am, I'm going to go to the pawn shop to get the money to pay the rental company because I don't want to lose my shit. Then you got to worry about paying the pawn shop back, you know, and at the same time fucking, you know, pay the rent. See, it's just one thing followed by a fucking another.
Like I said, a vicious circle.
Very true. But don't be ashamed that you're not where you need to be. I'm glad that I'm boring the shit out of you.
Shut up. But go ahead.
Don't be ashamed that you're not where you need to be. Because you can only do what you can do with what you have.
Exactly.
You can't make $1 zillion
Out of
a nickel.
$5 an hour job. Yeah. Exactly. But you know what? The thing is, too, you got to look at it this way. Well, just because you have a little bit right now, you never know. You could turn around and have a lot eventually at one time. It's just something you have to work at, you know? It's not something that's... Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly. It's just like this show is not a fucking sprint. It's a fucking marathon.
Exactly.
You know, the station as a whole didn't, you know, just on day one be like, okay, yeah, we're almost at 100,000 plays. No, it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't. The people that do the shows have to work hard and, you know, plan their shows and do their shows and, you know, get everybody interested in the show to, you know, in order to get these ratings.
Yeah, a lot of them are out fucking at freaking rallies, too. Getting people, hey,
Exactly.
listen to fucking this show as well.
Exactly.
You know, so, I mean, don't base the basis of things. Don't look at TV as the be-all, end-all. And this is the message to the kids as well.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You're only going to set yourself up and become a fucking bowling pin. Well, basically what
Exactly.
you're doing is you're setting yourself up like a fucking bowling pin just to be knocked down by the fucking ball.
Exactly. Don't think you're going to be a Kardashian on a McDonald's budget. You know what I'm saying? Just because, in other words, just because you're working at Burger King, McDonald's, or wherever, you don't think that you're any less of a person than Kim Kardashian or any of them other people we see on TV. They're just the same as we are. They're people. Just the same as we are.
And some of them may have bigger egos, but
yeah,
at
but
the end of the
it
day,
doesn't
they're
matter.
just
They're
people.
still just people. They're just the same as we are.
You know, and the funny thing is this. Okay, people automatically say, okay, well, I'm not getting there fast enough. How fast are you expected to go? Those that run in the fast lane end up in car crashes.
Exactly.
So if you want to ride or die and live that lifestyle, realize that you can get shot in the head with quickness. Sometimes you got to work your tail off at jobs you absolutely hate, or not even just money, just in general. You have to work yourself, your tail off to get where you need to be.
Exactly.
And if you are not where they predict you to be or how the media wants you to be, don't look down upon yourself because you're doing the best you have with the best. Let me rephrase it: the best you can with what you have.
Exactly. I mean, you will eventually get to your goal. Just, be patient. Take your time and work your ass off. And continue working your ass off. That's how you get to your goal.
And if you don't get your goal,
then it means it wasn't meant to be.
Exactly. Then you weren't meant to get to your goal. Everything happens for a fucking reason. Reason I have no fucking clue. But it does happen for a reason.
For every door that closes, another one opens. That's what I honestly believe. That's what I was taught growing up.
Exactly. So the message is, just believe in yourself.
Exactly.
Fuck what others think.
Who cares what others think?
Let me rephrase that. People's opinions do matter. But don't let those that are dragging their own lives drag your life down with them.
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Or as Roseanne Barr would put it, people in glass whorehouses shouldn't throw stones. I guess I watch too many Roseanne Barr shows. What can I say?
So I'm going to end it like this, and I'm going to say it like this. And there's no other way to say it. I don't speak no other languages, so I can't say it any other way.
Right.
According to the Bible, and I'm not going to get all religious on people, says you're supposed to, follow your churches, and you're supposed to follow your leaders.
Right.
But what if they're all fucking leading you down there, then fucking what? Believe in yourself.
Exactly.
See you. Wouldn't want to be here. See you tomorrow.
God bless.
Peace, motherfucker. Peace, motherfucker. Peace.